What's going on, everybody? I am going to make a video about these questions that everybody always asks me on stream, or they're just always asking me. Alright, so I'm gonna share a little bit of my backstory with you guys, of kind of who I am, I guess. So before I started playing Summoners War, I used to be a tattoo artist. I will show you guys some of my tattoo work after this, or I guess I'll show you guys some of my tattoo work right now.
I'm so alone, nothing feels like home. I'm so alone, trying to find my way back home to you. I'm so alone, nothing feels like home. I'm so alone, trying to find my way back home to you.
Here are some of the tattoo stories that I have. One of the first tattoos that I ever did was on a girl's crotch, and it said "knock the pussy out," and it had some boxing gloves right below the letters of "knock the pussy out." It was right above her cooch, and yeah, that was one of the first tattoos I ever did. And yeah, that was like 6-7 years ago. She just turned 18, so that's what she wanted, and so that's what I did. I mean, not knock the pussy out, but like the tattoo. But sometimes, like here and there, I would wonder, like, what is knock the pussy out girl doing nowadays? Like, where's she in life? Like, is she in jail? Is she in prison? Like, is she a hooker, prostitute now? Is she a stripper? Did she change her life around? And like, is she a lawyer now? Is she an attorney? Like, what is knock the pussy out girl doing nowadays? Sometimes I wonder. Another interesting tattoo that I did was a eyebrow tattoo, and that was my first eyebrow tattoo and my last eyebrow tattoo, because okay, so she came in and she wanted her her eyebrows tattooed, and so the shop, they gave me that responsibility for that day, I guess, and then we shaved her eyebrows and we kind of marked her eyebrows a little bit. I started tattooing after I was done with her eyebrows. Me and everybody in the shop besides her realized that I made her eyebrows a little bit too high. So her eyes look like this. I mean, like, she always looked surprised almost. And so yeah, I mean at the time she didn't know it. She saw herself in the mirror and she was just like, oh, I mean, she liked it, so she didn't realize that her eyebrows were a little bit high. And also, she was asking the shops for their opinions, and they were just like, oh yeah, that looks great, it looks awesome, it looks beautiful. And so yeah, she liked it, but after she left, everybody in the shop just started laughing, just like they were on the floor, like rolling on the floor laughing, because yeah, her eyebrows were like that. So that's the last time that I did my eyebrow tattoos. I quit tattooing and I became a full-time streamer because pretty much I got bored of tattooing. There's kind of nothing left that I really wanted to do in tattooing, because I used tattooing as a psychology class because I was kind of obsessed with understanding why everybody did the things that they did, or why everybody's the way that they are, and how human, yeah, just how people worked. That kept my interest for a really long time. I have issues with getting bored of things really fast after I experience enough of it, or after I learn enough of it, once I hit a progressional peak. Okay, so that pretty much kind of explains a little bit of the type of person I am. I'm a person that just goes into whatever, into like game or work field or whatever, and then I just try to learn everything about it, and then I try to experience all of it, and then I just kind of move on. If there's nothing left to learn or experience, then I just, yeah, then that's when I kind of move on. And that's just the type of person that I am. Yeah, and also in the meantime of going to different groups or whatever, my intentions is try to make everything and everybody and every group that I come in contact with better. I just more positivity, just everybody, everything in it grow and become more and become just the best that they could be. That's pretty much like the type of person that I am. All right, so here we go. Like, the most frequently asked question is, why did you quit Summer's War? And let's see, the reason why I quit Summer's War was because I was just bored of the game, and I think it was during the last it was during the Summer's War Championship in LA when some of the developers were there also. So they asked the developers if they're gonna nerf the LD units or anything like that anytime soon, or nerf certain units, and their response was pretty much they're not gonna touch the LD Nat 5s because I don't know, I think they explain it to where it's like if you have something that's real nice and it gets taken away, it will feel bad. I think that's something like what they said, so they don't even think about the balance of the game overall. They just think about I don't want to lose money because people who has those crazy LD Nat 5 spend a lot of money. Like, that's pretty much what I got out of it. So it doesn't even make any sense to me too, because like more than 50% of the time that people has those LD Nat 5s, it's because they were just lucky. It wasn't because they spent a ton of money. It's a lot of those units are on starting out accounts or mid-game accounts. It's not really end-game accounts. There's a lot of people that spend a lot of money on the game to get those LD Nat 5s, but overall I was just kind of disgusted at the unwillingness to balance out the game and make it fair, for make it not unit dependent. Or so the meta in RTA and Arena has been the same for the past like fucking year or more, and yeah, I'm bored of that same fucking 5, 6, 7 units or whatever, and I'm just bored. So yeah, that was one of the reasons, one of the big reasons why I quit. Yeah, they nerfed Gani after I've kind of quit, but there's still like 4 or 5 more units that needs a nerf. Like, yeah. Okay, so this is what those crazy LD units are kind of like, right? It's like, okay, so UFC, right? Ultimate Fighting. or okay, so like in MMA, right? You have guys that are like 200 pounds fighting in uh like the 130-pound class. Like that's what the Lichassoon is. That's what Gianna kind of is. Gianna's probably more like 180 pound. The Lichassoon's like 200 pounds in a 130-pound weight class. Like who else is really fucking broken? Hathor is probably like 160 pounds. Uh, Ragdoll's like fucking 200 pounds too. So those are some of the units that are just that's that's what the game is like right now. You have 200-pound fighting in 100-pound weight classes. It's retarded. It's fucking retarded. All right, so instead of me complaining about it, I guess I'll give my suggestions on how you can make the game fun and balanced for everybody without losing money, right? So pretty much it's to make the broken ass fucking units a little bit more balanced and challenging for the players who has them, but at the same time not completely fuck them over. So my suggestion for Lichassoon, it's simple. It's to not give herself the attack bar boost when she uses her heal. She gives her heal to, when she gives the attack bar 1% full to whoever she uses it on. So she can use it on herself, she can use it onto anybody else or whatever. They get the 100% attack bar, but she doesn't. So she still could volume proc and do some crazy shit, but the thing is, if like that turn is a 2-turn skill, it's not 3-turn skill, it's a 2-turn skill. Like she has it like every 3 fucking turns. It's ridiculous. You could simply decrease the amount of heal that she gets, that she gives. So maybe like 35% heal. So it adds up to 70% heal overall instead of 100% heal. Or even making it like 40% heal instead of 50%. Yeah, because that skill is just too ridiculous. So those changes will make her still really good, but it's not gonna pretty much guarantee you almost a win every time that you put her in. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I kind of quit in the first place, because I was just kind of disgusted at that way of thinking, where if we're getting enough, if the company is making enough money, it means that we probably shouldn't change anything, because we rather care more about money than balancing the game. I mean, I guess like from a business perspective, that's fine. I mean, that I guess like it's understandable from a business perspective, but like from a, I mean, but then even then, like if you balance out the game and the units overall over time, you might have more money. I mean, you might make more money, but then again, I don't actually know the statistics of it, so I don't know. So let's see what else. The other reasons why I quit the game were just because it was pretty much because my luck was so shitty and I'm a crybaby. Pretty much that's one of the other reasons why I quit. It's because I farm giants and dragons a lot. Like let's say you spend like 3k crystals farming giants and dragons, right? And then you make like this amount of mana, and then you spend like you get no runes, you get maybe 1-2 legendary runes that's like you can use for re-up later that rolls into shit, and then you go and spend that mana into crafting runes, and then in the end you spent certain amount of crystals and you got nothing out of it. You don't even have mana to upgrade your runes or whatever. You don't have any runes to show for it. You just wasted all that crystals. That's one of the other reasons why I quit, because I still think crafting runes is way too fucking expensive. Like, okay, so $50K, I think that's pretty fucking ridiculous. I think it should be $30K, or yeah, I think it should be $30K, but that's just my opinion. I think $50K is pretty fucking ridiculous, because in the end, yeah, in the end, you get nothing out of it, like, most of the time. Yeah, you could get lucky sometimes and get some pretty nice runes, but overall, like, you want, if you spend like 3K to 10K crystals farming, you should have something to show for it. You should have something to show for it, right? But no, like, most of the time you don't have anything to show for like 10K crystals worth of farming. Like, seriously, that's one of the other reasons why I quit the game. What's the other reason why I quit the game? The content was just really boring after a while, I guess. Like, Guild Siege was really boring. The last units that they released were kind of whatever. The Paladins. Yeah, there's just nothing left for me to do in the game, except like maybe having new toys, whatever, or summon more, spend more money, and try to get more luck. I was at a cap of progression. Like, I couldn't progress anymore in RTA, in Arena, anything in Arena. I would need to summon a Water Fairy King to progress, and I would also need like lucky Swift rune rolls or lucky quad speed rolls, which over like 3-4 years of playing the game, like, the only quad speed rolls that I got were on 5-star runes or on slot 2 runes. I felt like I was just getting trolled by the universe or something, or come to us or whatever, and I couldn't. I'm pretty much like a crybaby, and that's pretty much why I kind of quit the game for a little while. So here's my quad speed rolls, right? Or my fastest runes. One of my fastest runes is, so this is my fastest rune, right? Flat stat. Like, how troll is that? And then this is my other fastest rune. Quad speed roll on a 5-star rune. This one's not bad, but the other one, okay, attack. Like, this was my fastest rune for the longest time. Now, this was one of my fastest runes for the longest time. I just feel like I get trolled so much by the universe or by come to us. I don't know. Still no quad speed rolls in any of my runes. Like, for me to progress, I would need to just farm constantly and then hope for that quad speed roll, which it just got too repetitive, and I just rather spend my time doing other stuff than hoping for luck or whatever. Okay, so the other question that people ask is, did you sell your account? And the answer to that is, no, I did not sell my account. I gave away my account to one of my guildmates. I gave it to Highlander. I don't want to have an account anymore. I don't want to own an account, because I don't really want to play the game all that much anymore. I just want to be a slut, play with everybody else's accounts, or just kind of switch around, because I get bored really fast, I guess, of certain accounts. I guess that's just the type of person that I am. I'm a slut. Let's go to the next question. I think the next question is, one of my previous stream of like a week ago was my last Summoners War stream, right? And that was supposed to be my last Summoners War stream, and that's kind of what I was planning to do. But then the day after, or 2 days after that stream, the the guy who has my account, he messaged me. It's like, yo, dude, guess who I just summoned? And so he showed me that he summoned a Hathor, which was my most wanted unit for the past since RTA started. Yeah, you guys can thank Highlander for me kind of playing Summer's War again. That's why our name right now is Forlander. Yeah, so I was just curious to see what I can do with my account with a Hathor. Yeah, that's the reason why I started playing Summer's War again the past week. One of the other questions that people ask me is, what does "for" mean? What does yeah, they just ask me what does "for" mean after yeah whatever, and it stands for Fat Woman Addiction. When I was in elementary school and in middle school, I had a thing for the bigger ladies, so my friends kind of gave me that nickname. So yeah, Fat Woman Addiction. No, actually, what "for" means is it's actually my real name. My real name is Foi, and in my culture, that means cloud.